to do this, where we do extension at the MCPs. So you're going to go into that position right there. That gives us that characteristic claw hand. Even though it crosses the PIP, it doesn't have enough power to fully strengthen. Okay, so if the extensor digitorum isn't technically extending digits 2, 3, 4, and 5, who is? So this is where we get into this complex interplay. So now we're going to draw the lumbricals and the interossei. I'm going to make the lumbricals green, and the lumbricals are actually going to be starting here in the deep palm. They continue to stay on that palmar surface until they cross the MCP, and then they come up right here at this PIP, join kind of in with that extensor digitorum. They catch a portion of it, and it goes all the way down to the finger, but I'm not going to draw on your nail. Okay, so it goes all the way down. So that's a lumbrical, and we can put the letter L there. Okay, then there is a dorsal interossei, which is on the same side of this. The dorsal interossei would be a feather-like muscle right here. Its tendon is going to wrap around. It follows the same path of the lumbrical, joins up with it, goes all the way down. So let's make sure we can see that blue. Okay. Then we have the palmar interossei, and they're the feather-like muscle, but they're going to come off in the other direction. They're going to stay underneath the MCP, and then they're going to come around, join at that PIP, and go down to the end of the finger. Okay? This right here, where you see the brown, the orange, the blue, the green, that is the extensor expansion. It is a complex kind of interweaving of all of these tendons. The extensor digitorum, the green was the lumbricals, the blue was the dorsal interossei, and then that orange was the palmar interossei. Okay? When those muscles are working by themselves, they do their regular actions, abduction, adduction, this lumbrical component. But when the body is working in sync and all the nerves are intact, when the extensor digitorum begins to contract, and I want you to put your fingers in a fist right here, okay, and like that. Okay, when it starts to contract, the first thing it will do is extend the MCP. And then, because and she just did that beautifully, the way her finger's doing that, I couldn't have asked for anything better than what you just did. When I start to pull on this, that tension, well then it puts tension on the rest. Imagine if these were rubber bands. It puts more tension on that, and that signals these muscles, even though their muscle bellies are down here, where are the tendons? They're on top. Remember, when a muscle contracts, you know, whether it's on the front of the joint or the back of the joint, whether it flexes or extends. So when it shortens, we get the tension from the extensor digitorum. It has to be intact. And then we put pressure on that expansion, and these muscles fire then to get that pure extension. Does that make sense? Okay. So let's put this together. When the extensor digitorum contracts, it can only give you a claw hand. That's it. If I would ask you,